Hi there. We now have a way to track which icon in our scene is being clicked. So we call our functions draw scene and then play scene, and when we click on an icon, it's telling us the index value of the I element that's being clicked on the page. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3. So now that we know which icon's being clicked, we can now add some logic and test it again. So we have this value, we know which icon it is, and we need to know which one should be clicked. So in this particular stage of the game, all right, it's supposed to be, we have 0, 1, 2, 3. The order sequence is 2, 3, 0. And we save that value in our scene. So if we look at our scene where are you right now, don't touch the sun, or touch the sun, don't worry it's not hot, and then don't forget your map, the answer sequence is 230. All right, so we've saved that as a sequence, and then in the next instructions you can see answer is 3. Click the plus sign, right? So the plus sign 0, 1, 2, 3. So the plus sign is the correct answer at index value 3. So we know which value is the correct, we know which icon is the correct one to click based on an answer sequence that we've defined. And those values are based on the different objects that are added in the order that we've added them within the icons array. So the map was the first object, the cat was the second object, the globe was the third, the sun was the fourth. All right, so they're added to the DOM, and then we have our query selector of all those I elements, and so they are selected in the order that they are added to the DOM. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So the ordering of our icons in the array is a reflection of the answers that we set. All right, so whatever icon order you set in your array of icons, you should pick the order which they should be clicked. Okay, so now that we know where we're going to get our answers from, we can now start to do our first test. So if you think about it, so in this, right now we have our play scene function, and when you click on an icon, it's just telling us our index value. But the idea is that we want to look at the which scene was clicked. So if we say look at the scene, we can look at the scene based on its level number. All right, so right now scene level is set to 0, and so this value is going to be 0. And then we can look at the answer sequence. All right, and we want to say look at the first answer, right? So in our answer array, so we're looking at the scene answer. So let's look at the one we're actually going to be working with. So scene 0, answer 0. So this value is going to be 2. All right. So whenever we click on an icon, it's going to give us that value 2 right now. All right. So if we go back and we open our test and we draw the scene and then play the scene, if we click on any icon, it says you clicked icon 2, 2 is the answer. All right, you clicked icon 3, but 2 was still the answer. All right, so we're not moving through the icon, the numbers yet, but we're at least reporting what the answer is against the value that we've clicked. So now that we have reported an answer and we've reported which one is clicked, we can build our first test. So the first thing what we'll do is we're going to actually first we're going to set a global variable and say let click count equals 0. So whenever we start a new scene, we're always going to reset click count back to 0 because nothing has been clicked yet. And so instead of working with an answer hard coding 0, we're going to set it to click count. Okay, so it always starts at 0, so we can increase after each click, we can increase the number. All right, so this would still work where we draw the scene, play the scene, and click, and you can still see we're stuck on 0 because we're not advancing click count. So the answer here, and actually let's make this easier. So we can say you clicked icon index, and then we'll say the answer is, save this. So we will draw the scene, play the scene, and it says you click 2, the answer is 2. You click 3, the answer is 2. So we are now doing it based on click count. And so if we say click count plus plus, all right, that means we're going to be now working with 1. So click count is now no longer 0, it's 1, so it's going to look at this value in the answer sequence. So scene level answer click count is now 1, it's no longer 0, and so that means we should be seeing value 3. So as we click, all right, you clicked icon 2, the answer is now 3. You click 3, the answer is 3. So you can see how tracking click count is going to be our method for moving through the array of answers. All right. So that's going to allow us to build a test. So what we're going to do is, while we're working, we can say let answer equal this value, scene level answer. All right, so depending on click count, the answer is going to be this particular number, because remember, the answer is a number within the array, right? So it's going to be 2, 3, or 0 in this particular situation. So we're setting an answer to whatever value is, and it's going to be based on click count. So if we save this, and so we can then test, so we can say if the index clicked, all right, equals the answer, and so this is the index. If the index value is clicked, remember we're tracking index, we can say first we should have click count go up 1, right? Because if it's right, we want to advance the click count. And what we'll do is we'll console log our value. So we'll cut this from here and we'll put it in here. Okay, so if the index that was clicked is the answer from the answer array, if it equals that, so if the index value equals the index value we want in the answer from the answer sequence, then we say, hey, go to the let's increase click count, so then when we click again, we'll move through the array. All right, and then if it's wrong, we'll say else console.log wrong icon. All right. Okay. And so, and for now, whenever we start a scene, we're going to make sure that we initially reset click count equal to 0. All right. So let's see how this is working. So we can draw a scene, play a scene. So we know the answer sequence is supposed to be 2, 3, 0. All right. Icons are 0, 1, 2, 3, but the answer sequence is 2, 3, 0. So if we click the right one, you clicked icon 2, the answer is 3. Whoops. We didn't reset click count here. Let's refresh. Play scene. Sorry. Draw scene. Play scene. And we click. We've got a mistake somewhere. What are we doing wrong? This is set to 0. Click count is initially 0. And if it's correct, it goes up. Oh, whoops, we need to report this before click count goes up. There we go. Because click count is going up. There we go. All right. So let's try again. So we'll draw a scene, we'll play a scene, and we click the first one. You can say you clicked icon 2, the answer was 2. All right. You clicked icon 3, the answer is 3. You clicked icon 0, the answer is 0. Let's try that again, and we get it wrong on purpose. All right, and if we click the wrong one, it says wrong icon. All right, we can, since we don't have any logic doing anything else, we can actually get the right answer. You clicked icon 2, the answer is 2, because we didn't increase click count and we didn't say end scene or cause the event listener to end. We can click the wrong one and it'll say the wrong icon. Wrong icon. Again, the wrong icon. But if we click the right one, hey, you clicked icon 3, the answer is 3. Wrong icon. Wrong icon. But if you click icon 0, the answer is 0. And we're not doing anything. Everything else is now forever a wrong answer, because we're not doing anything to go to the next scene right now. But the idea is, in our next video, we're going to talk about how do we make sure that the scene is over based on having completed all the clicks, and then move on to the next scene. So we're going to have to make sure we're tracking the number of clicks needed to complete a scene. And in this case, it should be 3. And so in our next video, we'll work on that.